We're back on the Morning Brew. I'm Larry Aarons with Aaron Muffalato, who's back with us today.
Good morning.
Nice to see you, Aaron. First guest is someone, Wendy and I actually met online, LinkedIn, I believe. And we had a little online conversation about job recruitment and that kind of thing. And here you are. I'm very
happy to be here. Thank you.
Wendy is from New Mexico and now lives in Denver and is an executive recruiter, I want to get this right, with the Recruiting Collective.
My own business.
And who do you recruit for?
Well, I have several clients here in New Mexico, also several clients in Colorado. And I guess one of the larger clients is Heritage Hotels and Resorts. And
they're friends of ours.
Yes, of course, I know
Good
that.
people.
Yeah, they are good people. And they do everything right, I should say right off the bat. They have a whole melting pot of people working for the company, very diverse workforce. So they're doing things correctly, which is nice. Not all companies do. Not all companies do.
Oh, one of the reasons Wendy is here, she's going to take us into the world of job hunting and what really goes on the other side with people who are recruiting and looking through resumes and scrubbing through candidates, if you will.
Absolutely.
And it's not always pretty, is it?
No, and there's a lot of things that we don't realize as the interviewee that's taking place in the background.
So take us behind the curtain a little bit.
Sure. Well, I think candidates often wonder, someone called me about the job, send in their resume, someone calls them about the job, and then they don't hear anything for a long time. Behind the scenes, there might be an internal candidate who's being interviewed. And until they determine whether that person is ready for the next step, they're not going to move forward with a candidate from outside the company. And then also, the interviewing process does take quite a while. There might be 3 or 4 people involved in the process. Some companies even more. And some of them might be executives. And as you know, their time is their time window frame to meet with people is a little slimmer. So there's always a reason. Now, there are companies that do not do things correctly and someone interviews and you never hear from the company again. That is really, it's very unethical and it's unfortunate, but obviously it does happen.
But is it a volume issue? Are they just getting bombarded with resumes?
No, I believe, we're out of our recession now, and I now believe that, it's more of a candidates market. All companies want the cream of the crop, so to speak, and I think it's becoming more of that. Changing industries, that's a little bit more difficult. And there are people, candidates that call me on a daily basis who want to change industries. I have to say, you have to have a company willing to put in a lot of training. And training's expensive. And so I think sometimes a candidate doesn't think of those types of details. They think, well, I'm great and my resume's great. And, as a recruiter, you have a job description that you work with and you're trying to find the best fit for the role and for the company. And I can't present people who don't have the qualifications. Then I'm not doing my job. And, specifically, I think that most companies want to do the right thing, and most companies have an HR department that's trying to do the right thing, but there is a time frame involved, and a candidate's time frame may be much faster than the company's time frame in their hiring process.
We have just a short time left, but I want you to tell your story. The term, I guess, is ageism. And you have a personal story about that.
Well, I do. I have experienced ageism myself in the interviewing process, and here I've been recruiting for 18 years. I was interviewing at a company, this was within the last 5 years, and it's before I started my own business, and I was sitting in a reception area waiting to be called in for the interview, and there was a very nice young woman sitting next to me, and we were talking. We heard 2 women around the corner say, well, which one is Wendy Jones? And the other one said, the older one, I think. And, it was a little, it took me back a little bit. When they came out to the lobby to get me, the one woman said, "Are you Wendy Jones?" And I said, "Yes, also known as the older one."
Oh, no.
Wow.
Well, I think they need to know that, that was really not appropriate.
No, it wasn't.
Needless to say, it's not a company I wanted to work for.
No.
And,
I would say.
And the thing happens the opposite way too for younger folks
Absolutely,
too.
for younger
It's
folks,
unfortunate.
it goes both ways.
The kid, yeah, that kind of. I wish we had more time, but we'll continue our online conversations. Great to meet you.
Thanks, nice meeting you as
And,
well.
and
Yeah.
thank you. And the next time you're in town, please drop by and see us again. Will you? I want to get more
Nice
into
meeting
this.
you.
Yeah, it was nice meeting
Thank you.
you.
Wendy Jones, everybody. She is an executive recruiter with her own business from New Mexico, now lives in Denver. We'll get into that topic a little more next time. All right, it's time to take a break here. We'll be back with our next guest after this.
Do it really quick.